I want to take you now to Winnipeg, where the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs have gathered for an update on the wildfire situation in the province. Let's listen in.
The airstrip is can be utilized. And right now there's so much smoke in the community. They're using choppers right now. I don't know. That's how they're moving people. And but at that rate, it's going to take a few days. So I guess we're trying to convey the concern for the community members that are in the line of danger, that they need to be moved. We need more resources. We need to move them immediately, and if not, we need the local firefighters that are there. They need equipment. If they can't move people, they should take water pumps, hoses in there so they can maintain the fire line. They have been maintaining the fire line. Two of them have been breached, so they're in the third fire line right now. So that's where they're at, and there's the community's in a panic. We got elders, we got children, we got babies. We have respiratory issues. Of course, we have people that are still that need assistance, and if we don't mobilize to have teams in there to assist, if things start to happen with our community members in terms of trying to medevac planes are unable to go in there. So we need some action, and that's the reason why we're here, to convey to the powers that be, the province, the feds, ISK, the people that are responsible for Mathias Cologne Cree Nation community members, for their safety. So that's the reason why we're here, and we want to also convey to our community members that we're out here talking to the feds, the province, emergency organizations, to let them know that this is a serious situation for all band members in our community, and we need action. We need, I guess, eventually we're going to need Red Cross to go in there to make sure that the kids are, if they're going to have breathing issues or respiratory issues, those kind of issues, we need medical staff to be there and available for the community members, for the children, and for the elders, and then of course the community members that have medical issues. Like I said, planes won't be able to go in there at this time, because and what we're going by right now is Facebook, because the power is out. The power has been out 3 days, and there's not going to be any power for at least maybe 30 days, because we depend on the rail line, and the rail line has been burnt right from Sheridan because of the fire there, and of course the 99 fire, so we can't transport people out of the rail or take needed equipment and essentials for our community to maintain themselves. So now, like I mentioned last night, the airport is, as far as we know, is inaccessible because of the smoke. Planes can't land right now. I don't know how long the choppers will be able to move community members out, and as well as another issue right now we're dealing with is once our community, the ones that have been evacuated, I think there's 50 people in Snow Lake. The road is closed, so we got to try to come up with a plan. That's another emergency there. We got to try to get those community members out of there into a safe place. But right now, thankfully, Snow Lake is able to, with what resources they have, they're volunteering, they're helping and assisting the community members right now. And so that's where we're at right now. Thank you.
Councillor. And next up we have from the Assembly Manitoba Chiefs, Grand Chief Myra Wilson.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I just want to acknowledge Vice Chief Kelly Linklater, counselor, as well as the rest of the leadership that are here today, to the counselors that are with us, and to the Chief Bear, and also Chief Spence of Pukatawagan, and all of our other leaders that are currently dealing with wildfires in the region within Manitoba. We have so many community members that are being evacuated right now, and I acknowledge our leadership that are assisting their nations, Chief Monias, Chief Hart, and Chief Anderson, who has stepped up, and many other leaders that are assisting with all of their resources. I know there are chiefs that are coming together and supporting the evacuations with transportation and accommodations and many other ways that they can support the First Nations that are dealing with the wildfires right now. So my thoughts and prayers are with every single person that is being evacuated right now. And I know that this must be a very difficult time for everybody, for our families. And, you know, we see on social media right now many people that are essentially trapped and have no way out right now. And it's unfortunate that what we are dealing with right now is we're waiting. We're waiting for our people to be removed from unsafe and, within this crisis that we're dealing with right now. When we think about what Vice Chief Linklater had stated, is that there are 2,300 people in his community right now that they are waiting to leave, that they are wanting to be in a safe space. They are wanting to be somewhere where they're not having to deal with smoke. I just think of the elders and our children and just everybody that is just sitting there and waiting. And they shouldn't be waiting. Why are these people sitting there waiting to be rescued, to be evacuated? And this is a problem. This is one of the many issues that we're seeing right now. We are in a state of emergency, and you have a community that is in a life-threatening crisis right now. 2,300 people are stranded in a community that has no road access. Conditions are deteriorating. We've been informed that the only way out right now is by helicopters. Only 6 people can go in a helicopter at a time. And when you think about the magnitude of 2,300 people and 6 people at a time and how long that's going to take, and we don't know what the conditions are, what they're going to be. We don't know. We can't predict that. And so we need to move quickly. The province needs to move quickly. ISK needs to move quickly. Canada needs to move quickly. Red Cross needs to move quickly. Everyone needs to take this seriously, because right now we have people that are stuck in a community with no way out. And this is a problem. And so we need to make sure that everyone is taking this seriously. I know that everyone is doing their best, but it's not good enough right now. We have people that are waiting in the community to be evacuated. What are we doing? We are allowing for these people to sit there and wait. I know that the Canadian Armed Forces is a part of this whole evacuation plan, but what is the plan? When are you gonna go and get these people out of the community right now? What are you doing? Nobody is communicating with us. Nobody is communicating with our leadership. If people were communicating with our leadership, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be having this press conference. This is an issue. We have people that are waiting to be evacuated. Please take this seriously. When we're talking about all levels of government, you have the resources. Take this seriously. We need to get these people out. We also know that Pukatawagan right now, they have been without power. They've been without power for many days now. I believe they've been out of power since like 10 days ago. How can you how can you be in a situation where there's no power? You know, communities are requesting generators, they're requesting fuel, they're requesting all of these resources to keep their community members with all the basic necessities to be able to survive in an environment that is life-threatening. So why are we taking forever to get these resources to these people? I have communities that are asking for fire suppression equipment. They're asking for water pumps. They're asking for hoses. And when we're asking for this equipment, we're not getting any response. The response that we're getting is, yes, we're sending it. Yes, we're sending it. But we still haven't seen it. We still don't know where the equipment is. And so right now, you know, we have communities that have no electricity. They have no electricity, they have no water, they're running out of fuel, running out of food, they're needing generators, and yet we have elders, children, families with medical conditions that are trapped and they have no way out. So this is a problem, and we need to make sure that everybody is taking this seriously, and that's why we're here today, is that this is an issue. And so right now we also see that there are evacuees being placed all over the different cities, even out of province, and we need to make sure that these people are being welcomed. And this is a responsibility that an organization has taken it upon themselves to do that. If we had oversight on this, we would be ready, waiting with open arms. And in some places, this is not happening. My understanding is that we know there are some people that are stuck in a hangar in one of the northern communities, and there's no accommodations, there's no beds, there's no showers. This is an issue. And so we can't wait for paperwork. We can't wait for jurisdictional issues or debates on who's paying for what and who's doing what. We need to move. Lives are at stake right now. This is not to cause any sort of chaos or stress or anything like that. We are doing what we can as First Nations leadership here for you. We're all here for you. But now it's everyone else, province, feds, ISK, Canada, Red Cross. You need to step it up. You need to move quicker. We're waiting on you. And I'll leave it at that, miigwech.
Next up we have Grand Chief Garrison Senti from Manitoba, Pukatawagan, Okimaknak.
Hegusani, kinaskumit now, Hanutsagisigag, Nitutemag, Nitisanak. As we sit here this afternoon, the crisis continues to unfold in our First Nations and in our MKO territory. It is apparent that the situation is volatile and that we are here to ensure and to emphasize the fact we need to get our people out. We need to get them out now. They have waited for days. They have waited too long. And the situation is not getting any better. And we are here and to stress how critical this is to every level of government. The urgency of the situation needs to be emphasized to all levels of government. We as leaders have been on the phone with our people all day, even to the latter part of the evening, listening to the desperation, listening to the anxiety that is being felt because they are there. Only they know how that feels. We are on the outside looking in, but they are there with the fires surrounding them. Our people should not be subject to that kind of situation. It is simply not acceptable. So it's time to bring these people out. These are unprecedented times, and we have to use unprecedented measures to save our people's lives. What we're doing here is trying to save our people and bring them to a place of safety. We're doing all that we can as leaders, as the voices for our First Nations. But we need our partners to step up and ensure that we have the resources to be able to move our people out. No excuses, no ands, it's, or buts. We have to get our people out. They're waiting for us. They're waiting on us. We cannot let them down. Let's do this. Let's get our people out. Egusani.
Hello, good afternoon everybody. Willie Moore, Manitoba First Regional Chief, here in solidarity with our colleagues, the leadership from our organizations, the communities, from Matthias Cologne Cree Nation, Pimchigamak, Marcel Cologne Cree Nation, and the Norway House as well. I know from time to time, time and time again, we hear the same rhetoric. We are working on it. I forgot the Taskwack, so I've been to Taskwack as well. Time and time again, we hear the same rhetoric. Yes, we are planning on it. We spoke with Chief Spence today. She had notified Indigenous Services Canada and Red Cross. Like there was no power in their community 2 days now. We want to be proactive. We want to mobilize. We want to get out. But there was no plan in place from the organizations that that is responsible for that. It's about time, Manitoba and Canada come together, because we're always a jurisdictional hot potato. It's the province's responsibility, Canada's responsibility, even when it comes to safety. The safety of lives in the communities. 2,400 people, the Taskwack. Close to 3,000 Matthias Cologne. And they mobilizing the people from Pimchigamak, from Norway House. The numbers was 17,500. And it's about time, the two parties, take action, because that's what the communities deserve. Lives are at stake, like I had mentioned in the previous press conference. Fort McMurray, Canadian Armed Forces, no one had to make a call. Deployed. Thousands and thousands of people on the ground to assist. No rail line, no airport. No supplies going to the community. The kudos to the leadership of MCCN, Matthias Cologne Cree Nation. They went above and beyond, to find companies, specifically aviation companies that had planes available to transport their people out of their community, because they were tired of waiting for the parties responsible for that action. But on account, who's going to pay for it? At a severe crisis like that, we still got the leadership from the communities have to wait for the green light before they proceed, such as transportation. So those are realities that the leadership face. We talk about Red Cross relief effort. In comparison, war-torn countries come to our lands, get treated well. Our people, in comparison to the service delivery, not even close. That's unacceptable. So like we say, enough media with the leadership of the communities deserve action. And that's what we told them when we just come back from a meeting with all parties involved, ISK, Red Cross, Manitoba. And we wanted decision makers at that meeting, present at that meeting, ministers, RDGs, vice presidents, because that's what the leadership deserve. They want answers. They want action. Sally.
And our last speaker, we invite Councillor Constant from Matthias Cologne Cree Nation.
Yeah. I'm just done with. Just got to give myself a second. I'd just like to address our people in Pukatawagan. We just came out of a meeting with all levels of government, and we are trying our best to put our plea forward to be heard, and we thank the leadership at the table that are standing with us. You know, the call went out days ago while we had an airstrip. We asked, we pleaded, it fell on deaf ears to come and get our people out. And then the weather changed. You know, the fire came towards our airport. It took it out of commission. Prior to that, our trucks, our main rail, our main mode of transportation into our community was already compromised. There was no way we could have bought supplies in. You know, and then it went back to our airline, the wind shifted, it took that out. So now we're asking, we appreciate all the efforts that are coming in right now with the helicopters, but like Grand Chiefs have spoken, we need more. We're trapped. As councillors, we take the calls from our people, from the mothers, from the grandmothers, from the men, from the women, the elderly that are trapped, sitting there waiting to be rescued. And the lines of communication are broken. What answers do we give our people? We're here. We're trying. We will get you out. Now, Canada, don't wait until we start losing lives. Like Grand Chief spoke, do better. We matter. Our people matter. So we're trying. If you look at the map, we're on a peninsula. We have nowhere to go. You know, our people are resilient, they're resourceful. We have the best people sitting at the nursing station. We have great people, they're doing their best with what little limited resources they have. And we're ready to jump on a boat and go to the water, but to where? To where is what I'm asking. You know, simple supplies, get them in there, help our frontline workers, help our handful of committed firefighters that are putting their lives on the line every day for us. Our community members are out there helping them. We would be out there too, but we can't go in. You know, we have to sit here and wait. So with all my being and with all my prayers, get our people out. And I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank all of you for coming together and helping us, because we need to be heard. And with that, people of Puck, you guys are the best. You know, we're going to work on it. And I don't even like the words to be patient. We can't be patient. We need action. We need action now. I don't even know how to end off. My mind is just going 100 miles a minute here. But I think I've relayed the most important thing is we're stuck. We're stuck. We're trapped. So please get our people out. Thank you.
You have been listening to an emotional plea from First Nations leaders in Winnipeg about the situation in First Nations communities in northwestern Manitoba that appears to be extremely serious, with 2,300 people that are stranded. And the airstrip, as you heard there, is not operational because the fires are approaching these communities. There are helicopters going in, but 2,300 people, we heard First Nations leaders there saying their lives are at risk and that other levels of government need to move faster to get these people out. And Mark Carcassol has been watching with me. Obviously, a very serious and concerning situation.
Difficult to hear about, difficult to imagine, Andrew, certainly. As you mentioned, the airstrip out of commission, rail access out of commission, road access out of commission. They are literally trapped. The only way out is by helicopter, they're being told. And there's 2,300 people here. A helicopter carries 6 people at a time. This is a time-sensitive operation. They don't have a lot of time, and it's a time-consuming way of clearing these people out. So they are asking, if you can't evacuate us right away, send us support, send us equipment, help our frontline workers keep the fire away. They mentioned that fire line has been breached twice already. So the fire is closing in on them. This is a desperate situation. situation, and they're putting it out there publicly now, right at the feet of various levels of government.
And just very quickly, it's Pukatawagan, Matthias Colomb, just some of the First Nations
Yes.
in those communities, right?
Yeah, as well as the Tasqueyak Cree Nation, which we heard, according to officials, has been out of power for days, up to 10 days, some parts of it. This is an extremely desperate situation, and they're calling for help. They need it badly.
All right, Mark, thank you. CBC's Mark Carcassol. We will continue to monitor this situation in Manitoba.